Did we do it?
Yeah,
we did it. As the little like circle goes to connect to someone's Instagram, I always hold my breath because sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it worked. We got this down. We're professionals.
How you doing?
Good.
It's nice to see you a long time.
Likewise. You look terrific.
Oh, thanks. It's pandemic life. I don't do anything. So.
If you are just joining because Lauren popped in here, if you're one of Lauren's friends, here's the quick rundown what's happening before you get scared away about it. It's not just us talking. This is the Lonely Jukebox. And what's going to happen is it's a fundraiser. So there's, in my hometown, all the jukeboxes are turned off, which makes sense because all the bars are closed. But for some reason, inside the airport pub, the jukebox has been on for 7 weeks. And so I just play songs on it, sometimes for an audience, other times just for myself. But for the purposes of this show, if you Venmo me $1.20, the cost of a song, I will play a song on that jukebox. Nobody will hear this song. I won't hear it. I'm not at the airport pub right now. Nobody will hear it. You won't hear it. Lauren won't hear it.
No one's going to. You just have to know that it's happening.
Exactly. And if you do that and bring me the joy of playing this song, I will donate $2 to support bartenders, servers, hosts, kitchen staff who have lost work due to COVID-19. So that's the idea. I've pinned in the comments what my Venmo is, Curtis-Ray. Mark's going to the airport. Good. Maybe you can swing by the pub and make sure there's nobody in there. Because, again, it ruins the mystique if there's someone just hanging out in there.
Don't go to pubs.
If you send $1.20 to that Venmo with your song request, make sure you request a song. And this could be a song that you want nobody to hear, or it could be a song that you love and you think the song is so powerful, even into an empty, vacuous nothing, it's still
That's a good strategy to play a bad song.
I will be asking you at some point what you think a very bad song is. I'll give you time to think about it. I don't want to put you on the spot in pandemic times. So where are you, Lauren? Where are you?
I'm in Los Angeles.
California.
I'm in Los Angeles, California, yes, which is nice. I miss New York City, where I lived for 12 years, but I live here now. And it's different. It's nice.
You may have heard this because it's been chattered about. Did you know that it snowed here today?
I heard my sister still lives we shared an apartment in Brooklyn, and she still lives in it. And she was telling me that it was very, very cold. So it was colder here, but it was like in the 60s today.
How does it feel to think 60 is cold now? Are you okay with that?
I mean, considering it was 90 or like last week, I mean, it does feel colder, but I don't think it's cold. Like, I'm still not at the point. Like, sometimes there are people who wear puffer coats in LA, and I'm like, come on. You don't need that puffer, Jackie. You never need a puffer. So I do like kind of roll my eyes at those people and go like, come on, you don't. Really?
That's good. That's good. You still have that New York edge.
Yeah, I'm still a bitch, you know? Really important.
Can you settle a rumor for me? And the rumor comes from your Instagram page. Are you engaged?
I am engaged. It's true. I got engaged during a pandemic, which is weird. But, you know, Seth was planning to propose to me before a pandemic happened. Or I guess it was happening. We didn't know it was happening because it's been going on longer than we thought. And yeah, and like he had this whole plan that got canceled. And so he just did it, just me and him, which is very nice. And now it's quite a story. So,
oh my, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of pressure now. I feel like the wedding might have to be pandemic themes and all that.
People keep asking us when it's going to be, and I'm like, we don't know. We can't plan anything. We don't want to like kill anyone having a wedding or a gathering, so we can't gather.
That's so sweet of you.
Yeah, we're really thoughtful. We're so thoughtful.
I'm happy you're here because you're the first guest I've had that I know that has worked in the food service industry.
Yes.
It's quite possible some other folks have, but I know you loved working as a waitress, right?
I am good at it.
You're good at it.
I will brag if I can right now. I'm good at being a waitress. I'm very good at task management. So I'm like, good in a pinch. I'm good at like when you really got to scramble, I'm good for that. So,
Yeah.
and I liked the New York food scene. I worked at some fancier restaurants in New York. And I liked being part of that food scene. So like, I'm talking like menu quizzes and like lineup meetings and celebrity chefs, the whole thing. So, yeah, it really breaks my heart being a former food service worker. I mean, I was like almost a decade in New York restaurant work, like to think about people being out of work and also just like our beloved restaurants that won't open because the margins are so small. So thank you so much for supporting them. It means a lot.
Of course. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of direct grants to folks. So I ask around and I say, hey, you have any buddies who are in trouble right now who are in the food service industry? And then just get cash into pockets.
That's so great.
Well,
That's so great.
It's great that some of your people that seem to know you here. So JD Michaels said, hello, Lauren, I'm playing Hold On Loosely by 38 Special.
Yes!
So I know very little about music. Yeah. I have a weird 38 Special story, which is that I was working in Iowa in 2008 for Hillary Clinton, and they did a concert in downtown Sioux City. So like all the staffers from the Obama staffers, the Clinton staffers, the John Edwards staffers, the Joe Biden staffers, we all came out and listened to 38 Special. We all came together.
Was it related to the caucuses, or was it just like a coincidence?
Just a coincidence. I don't know what was going on.
That's good. Hi, JD. Thank you.
An even stranger story that was related to the caucuses was Paul Simon came to perform in Sioux City because he was in the Peace Corps with another presidential candidate named Chris Dodd. So Paul Simon came out to endorse Chris Dodd and did a concert, but it was in Sioux City. Nobody came. So once again, it was all like the Clinton staffers, the Obama staffers. It was on a softball.
A free Paul Simon concert?
A free Paul Simon concert.
I also am surprised to have learned that Paul Simon was in the Peace Corps. Like the Peace Corps, the name sounds so nice, and then you're like, that's intense. The Peace Corps is like an intense thing to sign up for.
And you think Paul Simon couldn't handle it? Is that what you're saying?
No, it just surprises me that he had time to do the Peace Corps and also become Paul Simon.
That's a good point. It's usually one or the other.
Yeah, like you usually like don't do a mainstream like very organized thing if you're like I consider Paul Simon to be like an artist, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I think Paul Simon's hot take an artist.
And the implied hot take is you consider the Peace Corps people to be non-creatives who don't deserve our...
I guess you're right. That's not fair, right? That's not fair. It just feels like both are time consuming. And I don't know how you'd manage both is what I'm saying.
I hear you.
But also there are a lot of people who are probably like incredible artists who never even attempt to do art. And it's like, if you painted, you might be the next Van Gogh, but you never did it. So, you know, I don't think success makes artists. Another hot take.
While people, simmer in that hot take, I will play Hold On Loosely out loud so we can hear it, because I don't know this song. But it's also now playing on the jukebox in the airport pub.
You do know this song. You have to know this song.
Let's find out.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See it all around you. Good loving gone bad.
You need the chorus.
And usually it's too late when you realize what you had. And I'm not going back to walk around like that. Don't need to go. You told me. Just hold on.
All right.
That was it, though. So hold on loosely. You know that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You're like, no.
And I skipped knowing about music somehow.
I don't know a lot either. My fiance is a musician, and sometimes I feel embarrassed when he's like John Prine died. And I'm like, I don't know who that is. And everyone's like, he's an incredible singer-songwriter. And I'm like, I don't know who he is.
Yeah, I'm with you. If you never appeared on like Saturday Night Live, then how would I have known about you?
Yeah. You have to choose comedy or music. You can't have both. Paul Simon has to choose, and we all have to choose.
That's right. I saw. Jason Sines wants to play Little Richard. Speaking of John Prine died. Little Richard died.
He died today. Yeah.
It's also good to see Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Yeah, he's from DC. I got started in DC as well.
I'm from DC. Don't forget.
You're from DC?
I'm from Potomac, Maryland. Yeah.
What a wonderful thing.
Look at that.
Your family's still back there?
Yeah, my mom and her husband still live there. I actually did. It's my mom's birthday today. I'm gonna Venmo you. I'll request my song in a second, and you know I'm good for it. I'm actually gonna Venmo you more than $1.20 to send to the people. But we did a Zoom with my mom today, and I had to like look up the best cake to send on like Grubhub to my mother. So I was doing a lot of like DC cake delivery research. Shout out Les Delis Bakery in Rockville, Maryland. That's where the cake
absolutely one of our sponsors, Les Delis, one of the sponsors of the Jukebox. And they deliver a cake?
So my mom is the kind of person, my mom and I are similar in that like I don't want to just try one cake. I want like a sample. So I sent, they have like 6 kinds of cake, and I sent a slice of each. So it was like a whole cake, but it was slices of each flavor. So she could try it all.
And is it too soon to have feedback on this? Did she enjoy it?
I have not gotten word on the cakes yet, which probably isn't a great sign.
She's either she's in a delightful food coma right now.
Yeah, I bet she loved them. My mom is also the kind of person, like my mom and I are opposite in this way, in that I would like finish all the cakes, and she probably just had like a tiny taste of each. So maybe she hasn't formed an opinion yet.
That's all it is. And she wouldn't want to jump the gun and be like, this chocolate's great. And then you're like, what about the vanilla? You're like, I haven't got there yet.
Yeah. Did Jason request a specific Little Richard song, or?
I think so.
Was he just letting you go? Because do you remember this movie when we were kids? And I'm older than you, but Little Richard was in it, and it was called like Mother Goose's Rockin' Rhyme. Do you remember this? And Shelley Duvall is in it, and Harry Anderson is in it, and They play like Little Bo Peep, and Harry Anderson just plays like a guy who like ends up in the like Mother Goose world, and Little Richard plays like a king and sings like a little song. It's terrible but great. Cyndi Lauper's in it. It's great.
It does sound frightening. You're saying it didn't scar you? It was actually a good memory?
It is a little scary. Like I watch it as an adult, and I'm like, this is fucked. Like these people are on drugs when they made this. But I really remember it vividly and watched it a lot. And it's maybe my first memory of Little Richard. I don't have a ton of like Little Richard imprints on my young brain, but I remember him in Mother Goose Rockin' Rhyme.
Well, I have terrible news. Jason did not request that song. And you know what? He sent me $10. I'm going to just say what he sent, because that's very generous. So you know what, Jason? We're going to go against Lauren's wishes and play what you want to hear.
Yeah, sorry. You should. I'm glad. We don't need to hear Mother Goose's Rockin' Rhyme. We want to hear an actual Little Richard song.
Maybe that could be your exit music. Like if you walk into Rockin' Rhyme.
There you go.
So I typed in Brown Sugar on. So I have it on Spotify, so we can hear it, but then I'll play it. But they say the Rolling Stones, that's not what I want to hear. Let's see.
How do you have access to this jukebox?
Are you familiar with the Touchtunes app?
Oh, yeah.
So, the Touchtunes app, for those who don't know, is really designed so you don't have to get out of your seat to play a song on the jukebox. Or if you want to play something silly, but you don't want anyone to know that you did it because your secret is silly.
Joke songs, sure.
Joke songs. Or as I do it, I listen to, I try to play a song relevant to the conversation I'm having with the person across the table, then I just pretend it's Kismet.
Yeah, you could like have a meet cute that way. If there was like, you know, somebody you wanted to talk to and they were like wearing blue suede shoes, you could like play it, or you could like play a really like classic rom-com song and walk up to them and be like, "Did you drop this?" You really could soundtrack your life.
This song is like your shoes.
Yeah.
What? This song is like your shoes.
Marry me. And then they're like, "Who are you? Please get away from me. I'm here with my partner."
Oh, what a delightful love story.
You know?
Let's hear Little Richard, both solemnly but and celebratorily. Here we go. Little Richard, Brown Sugar.
Well, gold cold slave ship bound for cotton field, sold in a market down in New Orleans. Scared old slave knows he's doing all right. I hear him whoop the woman just around midnight. Brown sugar, how come you taste so good?
What a unique, legendary American.
Yeah,
Little
he's
Richard.
cool. His voice is unbelievable.
He's been around forever, but he was always great to see. I think he must have done like a Super Bowl show or something. I picture him this doing like a large stadium like that. He is America.
Yeah.
I was searching the jukebox after that song, and there's so many people singing Brown Sugar. I didn't find Little Richard, so I'll have to come back and play that one on the jukebox itself. I don't want people to think, those who are monitoring the jukebox right now and don't see it, that's why. There's so many Brown Sugars.
There's too many. It's a good song title name. Lots of connotations. It's good.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be, if you're singing about America's history of agriculture.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Most
what comes to
songs.
mind.
We love an agriculture-based song.
Thank you, Jason.
Jason?
Are you, let's see, Lauren, are you, I was going to say, are you working? I mean, are you inside all day? Are you taking laps around the house? What's going on?
I got a little spin bike, not a Peloton, but like just a non-brand spin bike. But I got it pre-pandemic and was very grateful for it once we were in pandemic. So I've been doing that to stay sane and taking walks. LA had like closed all the walking, and I'm close to Griffith Park, so I would hike every day, but LA closed the hiking trails. They reopened them today. They're too crowded for my taste. I like to social distance. So just walking around the neighborhood and doing some working out and taking some drives, just to like not get out of the car really, but just I baked some sourdough loaves and I dropped them off at friends' houses.
That's nice.
Just a little bread delivery service.
Yeah, you're the Grubhub of LA.
Free bread, though. Of free bread. I'm the Grubhub of free bread made by me.
It's not a great business model. Yeah.
It's very specific. I'm losing money on the deal, but my friends are enjoying it. So
yeah, it's a good excuse to see your friends in the name of sustenance.
I never want people to think they have to see me because I like don't know everyone's level of comfort with like contagion. Yeah. So I always am like, I'm coming to bring bread. You do not have to see me. It will be on your doorstep. Like just know that there's no pressure. So sometimes they'll like come to the window and wave, but also sometimes they're like, no, I don't want to see anyone. So I'm trying to be respectful.
It's very nice of you on all levels to make the bread to get consent.
Exactly.
In the comments, Lauren Tosky says, love sourdough, which I assume she's talking about the bread, unless that's a song she's requesting.
I think it's the bread. It's my new, everybody's making sourdough during this because it takes a long ass time. So, and it's also like you got to get good at it. You have to like do it a ton to get good at it. I'm like, I guess today was making my fourth and fifth loaf that I've ever made. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like starting to get the hang of it. I'm like getting better. I know like when I'm screwing up or how to fix problems on the fly. So, cause it's finicky.
Yeah.
There's no yeast. It's all naturally leavened. So you have to like pay attention.
I appreciate you explaining that. I did not know what made sourdough. No yeast.
Yes, fermented. There's no yeast. It's a fermented sourdough starter that's got like CO2 in it. So it's basically like rotten because yeast is mold. It's all mold. So it's mold.
Does anyone, a question in the comments, does anyone ever report that the bread was stolen? You're just leaving it on doorsteps as it gets stolen?
I've never had stolen bread on my hands. No one's ever stolen the bread. Good news is everyone is home. So, I don't think the bread's sitting on the stoop for a long time. No bread has been stolen yet, but I guess if you're in LA and you just feel like randomly checking doorsteps, I'm leaving sourdough on them. So,
if you're just joining us, if you're a friend of Lauren's or a friend of mine or a friend of nobody, this is the Lonely Jukebox. There is one jukebox in my hometown that is still on. I have no idea why it's on. It should be off. But we're going to take advantage of it. If you send me $1.20, I will play a song on that jukebox. Nobody will hear it because the bar is empty. Statewide mandate. You can't open your bar. We're going to play a song there. And for every song requested, I give $2 to support restaurant workers. Just direct grants to people, as well as the Restaurant Workers Community Foundation, because they're doing the exact same thing, but on a global scale. But I like asking around town when I can. And between those two things, we got folks covered.
That's so great.
Thank you. Another request that came in is another song I don't know, so I'm excited to play it. But the person who requested it, we do know. It's Jonathan Marbley.
Oh, yay. Hi, John.
John requested 17 by Janice Ian. Do you know this song?
Yes. Yes, you do too. I think you do.
Janice Ian is such a pedestrian name for a famous singer. Janice Ian?
You may not know the name of it, but you're going to play it?
Yes. Janice Ian, 17.
I know nothing about music. I'm glad you know less than me.
No one seems to be requesting TV theme songs or 1960s bluegrass or 1930s big band. So
that's your music knowledge. I mean, mine's like Broadway and the Beatles.
We don't get a lot of Broadway either. We did get Hamilton. Yeah. But no one's gone for the classics. No one wants John Bell.
Name.
If someone requests Mame, I will go to the airport pub and put my ear to the window just so I can listen to that. Here's Janet Ian. She's a very, very, very cute young lady. She looks young. All right, let's see. A slow song.
I learned the truth at 17. That love was meant in high school, girls with clear skin smiles who married young and then retired.
I keep thinking I know that.
The Valentines I never knew, the Friday night charades of you were spent on one more beautiful. At 17 I learned the truth. And those of us with ravaged faces, lacking in the social grace, desperately remained at home, inventing others.
I'm flattered you think I knew that song, but I didn't know that song. I thought it started out with a familiar melody, but I don't think I knew that song.
All right, fair. That's fair. Well, thank you, John Marbley, for donating.
Yeah, it seemed pretty heavy. She's talking about people with ravaged faces and social graces. I may have to return to that song to make sure I wasn't. We cut it short. I don't know. Is it a serious song? Is it sad? It sounds sad.
It's serious.
All right. Were you ever 17 before?
I have been 17. I'm 37 now. So 20 years ago, I was 17.
Wow.
I felt very old.
Just now?
No, at 17, I think I thought I was grown. I thought I was an adult person, and I was not.
No. We're still learning. Your mom's still learning. Your mom had a birthday today.
71, yeah.
Well, let's do a little quick math. Let's see. 71 minus, 37?
Uh-huh.
Your mom had you at 34.
Correct.
Were you the first? You were the last? You were the middle?
I'm the first. I'm the oldest of 3. So my brother's 2.5 years younger than me, and my sister's 6.5 years younger than me. That's
so your mom had a fun. Yeah. Took her time in her 20s, 30s, all kids, all day long.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she Paul Simon'd it. She was in the Peace Corps and she was an artist. She was had a full career and then was a mom while she worked. So she did all, she had it all, as they say, which, what does that even mean? But it feels like something early feminism was like, you can have it all. And they were like, we tricked you into doing mom and work. Haha.
Well, if there's one thing this pandemic resets, I think one, hopefully it lowers college tuition, but 2, it resets feminism to in some capacity, in a good way.
I hope it resets a lot of stuff. And resets the wrong word, but renovates. That's what I want to say. Because I don't want to go back anywhere, but I would like to redo the models that we've already done, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. You don't want to go back to waiting tables? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I really was very good at waiting tables. I will argue that between being a psychopath, an actor, and a former server, that I could wait any tape section in any restaurant on any night and do a decent job. Having never worked there before, I would do a decent enough job.
I look forward to putting you to that challenge.
I really would love to do it. No restaurant would ever let me, but I would, if you let me work your section, I'd get you good tips.
That does remind me, one of the times we worked together was at night late, and we were talking about things that you wanted to do. I think that was one of the challenges you wanted to do.
It's something I thought about where I'm I was good at being a server because I like talking to people. I like talking about food. I also so much of it is bullshitting, especially at a super fancy restaurant, because people just want to feel competent doing it, which I get. You don't want to feel dumb. You want to feel like you should be there. And people would be like, so tell me about the chicken. And then I would just look at the menu and basically read back the menu description to them, kind of poetically. And they'd be like, wow, delicious. I didn't give them any new information. Or what do you like better, the chicken or the fish? They don't really want to know what you liked better. They just want to know that you like the one that they were going to pick. So I always say, which way are you leaning? And they'll be like, towards the chicken. And I'll be like, it's my favorite. Because they just want to hear that you liked. Because the worst is, what do you like better, the chicken or the fish? And you go oh, the fish is incredible. And they go oh, really? And you're like, well, if you wanted the chicken, get the chicken.
And to really just be a rock, paper, scissors, that knowing that it doesn't really matter what you say. Lady, all right, come on.
Whatever, they want to hear that you like whatever they want. Because that's how I am when I'm asking, what's your favorite dessert? I want you to say the chocolate one. That's what I want.
For that Night Late show, we did a video where you interviewed people online at a pho restaurant. Was that what it was?
It was a ramen place, Toto Ramen.
They were waiting online every day for an hour at a ramen place. What do you think will be the first thing to come, or what will come back first? People waiting online for an hour for a lunch in a close line, or New York Knicks games? What are people more comfortable doing in New York City?
Oh, honestly, I don't know if it's more comfortable. I feel like New Yorkers would go to a Knicks game tomorrow if they could.
Yeah, but they might not wait in line next to a bunch of strangers.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like New Yorkers, I'm down for a fun food line adventure. Like, I waited in line for forever for Cronuts when they first come out, because it was like, oh, I'm an actor. I'm not working right now. I have the morning off. I can go wait for Cronuts with my friends. Like, Alden Ford and I went. And I was like, I can wait online with Alden for 4 hours for a cronut. Like, no big deal. And people are like, that's so stupid. I'm like, yeah, but it was fun and it's really delicious treat. And like, it's a story. No, I met a really nice dude in line. Alden and I met him, and we follow each other on Instagram still. He was like this really nice guy. We just like our Instagram friends from the Cronut line.
He's gonna be your buddy who gets you through the pandemic now.
I hope so.
We're gonna play another song in a moment. If you're just joining us, we're playing songs on a jukebox in an empty pub, the Airport Pub and Package here in Wantage, New Jersey. I'm gonna give you a choice, Lauren, of a couple songs here.
Oh, okay, great.
We can play. We got T Swift. All You Had to Do Was Stay by Taylor Swift.
Okay.
We got Dolly Parton. Why'd You Come in Here Looking Like That?
Okay.
And Twisted Sister. We're Not Gonna Take It.
I'm gonna pick Dolly.
Okay. I want to acknowledge Heather Apgar, who Venmoed in for that one. But thanks. Thanks to Valerie for your Taylor Swift selection as well. I saw in the comments that your parents were surprised that you hadn't chose Taylor yet. There you go. Valerie says, I chose Taylor. Tell your parents you chose Taylor and everything's going to be fine. And Tiffany, we're not going to take it. Tiffany, every week Tiffany is very generous as well. So thank you, Tiffany.
All good songs, everyone. I just want to recognize all great songs. Thank you all for donating. Much appreciated. Love Twisted Sister and Taylor Swift. Twisted Swifter.
Twisted Swifter gets beat out by Twisted Dolly.
Well, Dolly is doing so much for COVID research. We got to get the residuals money in her pockets. You know? She needs it.
Yeah, absolutely. This money's going straight to Dolly's pocket. Here we go.
She keeps track.
Why'd you come in here looking like that in your cowboy boots and your painted on jeans, all decked out like a cowboy's dream? Why'd you come in here looking like that? Here comes my baby, dragging my heart behind. He's driving me crazy. He says love is blind. He's got a wandering eye and a traveling mind. Big ideas and a little behind. Out with a different woman every night. I remember when he was mine. Why'd you come in here looking like that in your high heel boots and your painted jeans, all decked out like a Catherine's dream? Waltzing right
It's backwards, I know that. We're playing Dolly.
Why'd you come in here looking like that when you could stop traffic in a sunset? Why you almost giving me a heart attack when you waltz right in here looking like that?
So good. We love her.
Great choice, Heather. Thanks for sending that in. Oh, that was great.
That was really good.
That turns my night around. Before I do these shows, I have a lot of caffeine. I work on Saturdays. I'm currently still working, so I have a lot of caffeine. But black tea does not compare to Dolly Parton. She's got
that's like a double espresso. I was in the same room as Dolly Parton one time.
Stop.
It's true. I was at a party with her one time. Not like with her, but it was a big party, and I was there. And she's so small and so beautiful, and like all sort of like cinched into her outfit. Like her outfit is on her, and she's in her 70s, right? And she was just like in huge heels, walking around, talking to everyone, taking pictures of everyone, just like the nicest, best. I was like, I love Dolly Parton. She glows. I loved her. It was an honor. I was like, I can't bother Dolly, even though everyone who asked for pictures, she was like, sure, great. I was like, I can't bother Dolly. But from afar, I was just like, wow, This is a thrill to be like
I think-
standing near Dolly Parton.
What a thrill. That's first of all, she respects you more for not asking for the photo, so you know that in your heart. So. You were the better person there. But also, these are the kind of Hollywood stories that we brought you on here for. That's
You need them. I only have like 2, and that's one of them. So
we got the Dolly story out of you. People were asking, "You gonna get the Dolly story?" And I was waiting for you.
Funny. I feel like I do have more celebrity stories from waiting tables than I do from like being in Hollywood.
You're gonna put that cliffhanger out there. Do you have a story you're willing to share, or are you just saying you kind of got one?
I waited on Martha Stewart. She was really lovely, and it was right after she got out of jail.
Really?
Yeah, she was really nice. She did the like, tell me about the bay scallops, and I did my trick, which is just repeat the menu back to her because I was nervous, and she was like, excellent. But she had an appetizer portion for her main course. She was eating light, I guess, but she was really nice. I was like scared because the stories about Martha Stewart are like, you can't look her in the eye. She's like terrible. And she's been to prison now. And she was really chill and great.
That's a much better story. There is hope. There's hope in the world.
She's great.
If you were a waitress, so sometimes I throw props up here just in case. If you were a waitress and this was on the menu, this is honeybee pollen.
Yeah.
How would you sell me on honeybee pollen?
I would just read the label like creatively. So like put the label up to the camera and I'll read it how I would read it.
Okay. It's gonna be backwards, so this is gonna be very hard. And also it has no information. It's literally just the address of the place where it was packed. So
oh, that's fine. Okay, so I'd be like, this is delicious honeybee pollen. Where is it from?
Sussex County.
Oh God, this is honeybee pollen. It gets packaged in Sussex County with local bumblebees. They use the Bumblebee Association. It's divine. It's fresh. I can't recommend it enough.
Well, that's fantastic.
I didn't add any information. I just used the information and then a couple adjectives. It's just like pepper in like some scrumptious adjectives with the information you have.
This is very valuable information, even for those who are stuck at home cooking for your family. You can apply these lessons that we've learned today.
Oh yeah, make it sound nice.
What do you have time for, Laura? Should we do another song and then like your farewell song?
Yeah.
Or okay, we'll do one more and then your farewell.
I love it.
Okay. Let's see. We could go with I'm going to tell you a story about. So my dad chose a song, and I'm going to tell you a story about that one. So, and my dad's funny. Everyone Venmos me money. My dad just slips me cash from 6 feet away.
A far slip. He balls it up and chucks it at you.
My dad, and he doesn't have a strong interest in requesting the song. He's in it to be supportive. So I said, "This is the third week, Dad. You got to pick a song." And he yells out to my mom, and he says, "What's that band I like?" Or I said, "What's my band?" Not a band. Like, "What's my band?" And she said, "The Rascals." And I said, "Why is that your band?" And he says, "Well, my friend Don likes the Moody Blues." And my friend Don asked me, my dad's Barry, he says, "Barry, what's your favorite band?" And Barry says, "I don't know. Doesn't matter." And Don's like, "No, you got to have a band. From now on, your band is the Rascals." So,
I like that his friend was like, "You got to have a band."
Yeah, you got to have a band. We don't even have to play his song out. I want to honor some of the folks in the comments as well, but I'll play his song on the jukebox later. But I want to honor these comments, folks. Laura just sent in a song. Ava sent in a song.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got to open up Venmo. I'm not ignoring you. Let's see. All right.
No, I get it. I'll try to do this meeting.
All right. Yeah, let's see. Ava requested, so I'll give you both Ava and Laura. Ava requested Master P, Make Him Say,
Okay.
And then Laura gave me a couple. Carly Simon's Haven't Got Time for the Pain, and Creedence Clearwater Revival's Down on the Corner.
Mm-hmm. All good jams.
I think for variety, let's see, if they have Master P on here.
I love it.
Make them say, Ava, this is not a song I'm familiar with. The cover says Snoop Dogg. What is that? Maybe it says Snoop Dogg Presents? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But we'll play it. Make them say, Master P, don't forget that Silk the Shocker is also on here. And here we go. Come on. Oh, I turned the volume down to end the last song, so here we go.
You have to fade up.
There we go.
He's an act out.
The studios, what's up?
Who this is? Who this is?
Look, this rapper from tell you, who is this?
Oh, this P.
P.
Yeah, this P.
P?
Yeah.
P, let me hear you say, This ain't no motherfucking P.
Ain't funny.
Make 'em say, nigga, I'm the colonel of the motherfucking tank. Y'all have the big things, we have the big bang. The kind of dealer, they kill us with true net. Never gave a fuck about no hoes, about no bitches. And niggas come y'all, I'm digging ditches. Give me bullet strikes, Commander AC. And when we run up wrong, nigga, I'm knocking out some teeth. I'm down here slanging, rolling with these hustlers. Try to get rid of all you haters and you buzzers. Stepping on cold, breaking niggas' nose. In the front,
What
You
a
know
great
that
choice.
song.
What?
You know that song.
You think that's a genre I'm familiar with?
I just feel like we grew. That's like timing is right for it to have been like a radio hit. I don't know.
You're not wrong. I should know it. I'm not sure. I didn't know it.
You
though.
make me
But
feel
like
like
it.
I am a music expert, which is rare. I never feel like a music expert. So
Well, good. My role is to cheer you up specifically. That's why I brought you on here.
that's why we're here. Yeah.
Yeah, the glow of your engagement is a few weeks past, and like you
You can only
cheer
live
it up.
on that for so long, you know?
I liked there was a lot of like trumpets in that song. That stood out to me.
It's good.
So that's my
You have a
takeaway.
classic, like, hip-hop. You got the act out in the beginning, like the little skit. That's good classic stuff.
Yeah, I like when those rappers do their skits.
Mhm.
Improvisers and rappers, once again, have a lot in
Again,
common.
music and comedy, they make so much sense.
Ava says Curtis didn't not watch MTV. I know I did not watch MTV. I was very scared of what's going on over on the music television network.
I get it.
Yeah, and I missed out on some good programming. 'Cause I think Punk'd was on there, so that could have been a good. If that was a, because it was on MTV. I always got nervous when I was going through that channel in the TV guide. I don't know why. Maybe because it was the. I didn't want to hear any explicit lyrics. Maybe that's what it was.
Like make them say, There's a lot.
Yeah.
That's explicit.
Like Mr. Master P and Silk the Shocker.
Mm-hmm. I mean, his name is Silk the Shocker. He's explicit just as he is, you know?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, his name alone.
Yeah.
How could I stay for the whole video? His name comes up and I say, "Oh, it's a good time to go make some Elio's pizza squares." And
You would
come on
get
back.
out of there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, MTV would not have been able to play the explicit version of that song. It would have just been the radio. The clean version, I don't even remember if they bleeped, but it would have been a clean version.
Yeah, it's hard to sub in a different word for it to be like they do sometimes, or in
Yeah.
movies or something.
Yeah.
We'll never know. Maybe next week I'll have the CEO of music television on
You
here.
would need Viacom CEO on here.
Yeah, who's that? That used to be, the guy he got in trouble recently.
I mean, that's
Les
like
Moon.
every guy.
Yeah. I'm going to have Les Moonves on here and really ask him some tough questions.
That's who we want to see.
So I do want to thank you for your time, first of all.
Oh my gosh, get out of here.
And lots of people who requested songs. I will be putting together a playlist of all the requests and posting that on Facebook on lonelyjukebox.com. This has been a lot of fun, and we'll be doing it every single Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Curtis, for doing this.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to hear on the way out the door?
Yes, I'm going to request some Carole King for my mom. Something from Tapestry, if they've got it up there, I would guess they do. It's my mom's favorite album. So since it's her birthday, that feels fitting. And I'm going to Venmo you more than $1.20.
That's wonderful. I think it's a real classy move to be like, as you walk out the door, turn around, like flip a Venmo.
Just like your dad, I'm going to chuck a bunch of money at you from 6 feet away.
Let's find it. It's funny you mentioned Carole King because you worked on a TV show with Carole King, and in my head, I get them very confused sometimes.
Well, they're both also like beautiful, blonde, curly-haired women.
Yes. So it's just funny she came up. Carole, so what do you want me to look up? Carole King Tapestry?
Yeah, that's like her most famous album.
Okay, so I certainly recognize number one, I Feel the Earth Move.
Yeah, that's a great one. You probably know a lot on this. Natural Woman is on this. I think So Far Away is on this.
Yeah, So Far Away is definitely on there. Smackwater Jack, I don't recognize, but it sounds good. Smackwater Jack?
It's not one of the singles.
So you go with I Feel the Earth Move?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Pat.
Happy birthday to Pat. Once you feel you've had a satisfying chew of this song, you're welcome to depart the meeting. I gotta wrap it up with the people still in the chat after you leave. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's great.
You understand the behind the scenes I'm explaining to you right now?
This is great.
All right, here we go.
It's a good jam.
Here we go.
I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. I feel my heart start to tremble whenever you're around. Oh, baby, when I see your face, mellow as the month of May. Oh, darling, I can't stand it. When you look at me that way, I feel the earth move under my feet.
Thank you, Curtis.
I feel my heart start to tremble in